What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Humble Good Times. I am Eden the Hero. Welcome back to everyone that's been tuning in. Welcome to those who are new. Just journeying through adversity still. And let me tell you, this week has been feeling rather heavy. I gotta be honest with you. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that my heart is breaking for California right now, man. It has just been such. It feels unreal watching how much it has burned. This fire has burned down so much, and there are people dying, and it just seems so unreal. Like, we're only 11 days into the new year, and this happened. I think San Francisco, they had an earthquake. Us in Georgia, we just experienced our first snowstorm in God knows how long. I don't know. This is my first one since I've been down here where it actually was inches on the ground. What else? There's just been so much happening that it just feels so unreal, man. It just feels heavy. I'm gonna just talk about it now because I had a little, I have my little notes and everything that I have in order, but we're just gonna go out of order and just go right to it, where life has been for a lot of us right now, between the economy that everybody's been just experiencing great hardship, and on top of that, the job market has been annoying. Everybody that is going through unemployment and trying to find work, it's not like, I don't think this is probably one time where people are like, I want to work, I want a job, this, that, and the third. I mean, there's people that want to quit their current jobs to find other jobs, but considering the temperature of the job market, it's been rather cold. Jobs have been, or not jobs, but companies and employers have just been making it almost impossible to get hired. They want to do multiple job interviews, and it just seems like it shouldn't be this hard to get hired. You got people with multiple degrees struggling to find a job. Multiple degrees. The amount of money that they actually had to put into that, and they're not being able to get a return on their investment, is crazy to me. Now, funny enough, like, I have a few graduates in my family as of recent, my younger cousins, even my sister, my nephew, they all have just recently graduated, and majority of them have already found work, which is great. I mean, I believe they went through internships. I just want to shout y'all out. Elise, I believe Jalen, Channing, Dominic, Shiloh, and who else? Oh, Jaya. All y'all, congrats on your achievements. And everybody that's going through it and looking for work, that has recently graduated or has graduated over the past few years after the pandemic, I feel for y'all, because it shouldn't be this hard. Y'all are more than qualified to be in a job, and the way that they're doing y'all, after putting in all this time, energy, money into achieving your degree, it's a fucking slap to the face. It's a fucking blow to the stomach. It's not right. It's not fair. And it shouldn't be this hard. So all I'm saying is, I pray for y'all. I pray that you guys all just find what you're looking for. aside from that, just life feels just so fucking different. Like, I just, I feel different if I'm being honest. Like, my mind has shifted a bit because of just everything that I've been going through as far as my adversity. And I've been like really reflecting on my last 2 years. 2 years ago, I was up making over 60 grand. And I was stable. I was good. And then come May of 2023, I was laid off. And I never thought it would be this bad as it is right now with the economy. At that time, I was looking for another position within leadership, but I took the time that whole summer off. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna just take the whole summer and figure out what I want to do. Now, I was in a really, really dope position because I got the severance and everything. I got a lot considering I was only there for a year and a half, and just to know, like, I never seen where I'm at today. I never foreseen this happening. I always see myself up, going higher and higher and higher. But I really do believe that all of this ain't in vain, and it's all gonna work out even better than 2 years ago. Like, I just gotta keep the faith, keep holding on like we all do. We all gotta stay connected to the source and trust that everything's working out for us, and things are gonna be better than ever. We're definitely in a reset type of era where shit will get bad before it gets good. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Is what a reset tends to happen. So I guess it's just that time where we gotta be thankful for what we have more than what we don't have. Firstly, and then secondly, we gotta come together as a race of people, humans, period, and just really help each other and look out for each other and be there for each other. We're here to help each other. We're here to be each other's support, and there's just so much disconnect from us in America, especially. Our disconnect in America is our capitalism. It's our government. It's this ideal of this American dream that everybody's supposedly entitled to, but really, the American dream now is really not something that anybody wants, because it's only gonna put you further in debt. It's not really a dream. It was like the dream was a dream for a reason back then. Now we're in a whole new space where the job market, like I said, it's hard to come by a good job. They're underpaying a lot of jobs now. I've been seeing leadership positions for like less than $60,000 a year, manager positions. And this is in logistics. Logistics makes bank. They make a lot of money in logistics and supply chain and all of that. You got just a lot of positions where they require degrees that you're still getting paid less than $20 an hour. I've been applying to some of these places, and I am appalled by these salaries that they're offering people with degrees, people with multiple degrees, or the years of service that they're requiring. So you got that, you got the debt's crazy right now for everybody. The debt's crazy, but there's all these sources of consumer debt that you can get caught up with. They have credit cards, they have loans, they have payday loans, cash advances. Now they have cash advances where it's an app and it takes out of your paycheck whatever you borrow without you having to go somewhere to like a physical place and pay that place back plus interest. So I've used it. I ain't gonna front. I've used the Dave app, and they provide you a cash advance up to, I've seen it as high as 500. The most I've only taken was 275, and it was helping. It was actually really helping. And the first time I ever did it, I thought you had to tip, but then I realized no, you don't have to tip. Fuck that. They don't need tips. I think that's just free money that they're getting. There's no need to tip something when they charge a fee. The fee's for you to make the money. So just be aware of that. If you are going to use Dave is legit, and it's actually not bad. It's just you gotta keep in mind when you're going through it at the very end, after you accept that you want this money, they're gonna ask you if you want a tip. Just do a custom tip and put that shit to zero. Press okay, you'll be good. But yeah, so with the American Dream, it's just not what it used to be. You got cars. People are paying the amount they're paying for their car notes is like the amount of my rent, or at least half of my rent. My rent's like $1,400. I can't imagine paying that much on a car. And there's some people who are like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. If you were to lose your job, paying half of a $700 car note, and this ain't for like good cars. I mean, not that they're not good cars, but they're like regular economical cars. Toyota, Hondas, Hyundai, what else? Chevy. These are not just, these aren't luxury cars that they're paying that much for. These are economical cars, very reliable, but still cars that just the average consumer would buy. A few years ago, they were probably worth $500 a month, but now they're paying $700 or more for these car notes. That's crazy. And then they're like, I've seen videos where they're like, there's people that are taking out loans that are like 200 and some odd months. I'm like, do you realize what you're signing up for? I played myself with a OneMain loan. I'm right now in the midst of trying to get that resolved with OneMain because they wanted to sue me about it. FYI. I'm only sharing this because this kind of just falls into just consumerism that we're experiencing. And it's not even a whole lot of money. But because of the space I'm in, I fell behind. I was working 2 jobs. I was keeping up with the payments until I couldn't. And shit just started to go left. Now I'm in the space that I'm in, but a lot of us are, and it ain't easy, but it ain't the worst. So when you look at things like what California is going through, you're just grateful to be alive. You're grateful to be able to breathe fresh air, not smoky air, and having to see your neighbor or your house being burnt down. It's just, things are just so different, man. And I was struggling to even come up with what I wanted to talk about tonight because it's just so heavy. So yeah, the American dream is to survive at this point. Oh, they're saying the American dream ain't even living in America, it's moving out of America and finding somewhere cheaper to live and being able to afford a better living on this current salary you make over here, because you can make $40,000 a year but live somewhere else and be straight and have more than enough money. But it's it's not easy for everybody. Not everybody can pick up and move themselves outside of the country and be okay. So all I'm saying is it's probably going to get worse before it gets better, but it's going to definitely get better regardless, no matter what. Whew. Take a deep breath and a drink. Hold up. Let me get a sip of my little cocktail here. So yeah, tonight I'm sipping on a White Claw mango mixed with orange mango sparkling water. It's excellent. So my wrist update, I have a brace now. I got to see my x-rays on Wednesday and everything looks good. It looks weird as far as like the plate inside my wrist with the screws and everything, but at the same time, it was kind of dope to see that. And I'm like, this is crazy that I got a metal plate in my arm. But everything's healing good, the doctor said. I start physical therapy on Tuesday. And I'm looking at possibly starting to use this hand come the end of the month, which means then I should be able to go back to work. But in the meantime, yeah, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this money. Like, I was gonna use my vacation time, but I don't know if that's a good idea because I want to be able to have that vacation time to possibly go on potential job interviews. So I don't know. I might just ask for a week of my vacation because I have 2 left and see what happens. Because I really don't plan on staying there for the remainder of this year. But for now, I'm holding on to it because it's still an opportunity and I have my insurance. I have time that I can still use, so it's not a bad look. It is what it is. I actually spoke to my manager the other day and he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's looking out for me, so I'm definitely all for people who want to help me and look out for me. I receive it. Like I said, I think in the last video, I'm open to receive and I'm not turning away any help that's legit. But aside from that, my wrist feels good. It looked really gross though when I first seen it and got the splint off of it. I couldn't believe how like disgusting it was. You got the skin just all crusty and dry and scaly, and then the inside of my wrist was really creepy because that's where I seen where they cut at, and it just was all so bloody and disgusting. Ugh. It was such a cringe moment for me. But it's healing. It's doing really well. I'm getting stronger. I can actually move my wrist, which is so dope. I'm happy about that. I can't do too much, but I can do just a little knot. And I can use it when I'm driving a little bit, so that's a good thing. I'm able to like grip. So I actually cut my nails finally. Oh my god, that was driving me crazy when I couldn't clip my fingernails. Them things were getting so long, and I despise long nails on me. Other than that, yeah, everything's going good. Haven't been doing too much as far as like with my body and stuff, because I sincerely I gotta move slower. I can't do too much, so I take walks when the weather's pretty decent. Right now, there's snow and ice outside. I didn't do too much. I went to the store, picked up some groceries, just replenish, and it was fine. I mean, cleaned off my car. I just knew though I could not walk in no snow with no sneakers because I'm from the north. Snow and sneakers it should not be a thing, and people do that. But down here, I actually saw somebody in some fucking flip flops in the snow. I'm like, that is such a bad idea because you're setting yourself up to fall and hurt yourself. And it made me cringe a little bit. But other than that, as far as rest is good. Check. I don't know. I've been doing some deep diving within myself. I've been talking to my friend Aiken, shout out. And I've just been trying to get myself to a place to understand myself more, what I need, what I want when it comes to dating and relating. And these moments that I've been alone while recouping from my accident with my wrist, and just knowing like I do have this yearning to have someone take care of me in these moments. Like, I was telling my friend, I was just like, I miss so and so because they're so nurturing, and I need that. I need to be nurtured in this moment while just experiencing so much of this adversity, and then the trauma on top of that, and just trying to be patient in this uncertainty. And that's something that, I do miss with dating and having someone live with me or just be in a relationship with. And we just kind of went down this topic. Actually, let's take it back a few days ago. So I was talking to my friend, it was on Wednesday it started, where I was just like, are you looking for any clients or anything? Because she's going to be studying psychology or whatever, and she's just so full of wisdom and everything. So I'm just like, you want to use me as one of your like first clients, because I need to talk. And we just got to talking. I was just telling her like, this moment of uncertainty with work and all this other stuff, and just, I'm putting my trust and faith in God, of course, but it's just so hard to sit in, and it's so hard to not know what's going to happen next. So I'm just like really trying not to look too far ahead and trying to stay in the present moments of what's going on in my life and what I can do now versus what's going to happen later. And I'm just like trying not to go too deep inside in this spiraling of feelings and everything. So regarding the work situation, she was just trying to tell me, you're doing everything you can. You've been applying places, you've been fixing your resume, you've been learning stuff on LinkedIn Learning, you've been working on yourself. You're doing everything that you can possibly do in this moment. And don't sell yourself short on the things that you think you're not, you don't qualify for. You have qualities. If you have some of the qualities, there's always an opportunity that they might look at your resume and give you an opportunity based off of what you already have, and they can always train you, because every job is going to have to train you. I'm like, you know what, you're absolutely right. I'm just in my head. I'm really just thinking too much about what's next versus what can I do now, which I'm doing, but I gotta just stay in what I'm doing now versus what's gonna happen next. And then that led to me just thinking about like, damn, I yearn that nurturing feeling of being held down, basically, And there's only one person that I feel like would have held me down in the right way. One of my exes did hold me down, and I'm not going to sit here and act like it has never happened, but I was doing my part because they had kids, and then she was doing her part and, taking care of just bringing in the money or whatever, and holding down the fort with the bills and everything until I was able to find something else. But now that I'm in the space of just being single, being alone, I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy my alone time, but I definitely am getting to that point of like, I want that in my life. And it's a little bit selfishly, only because of what I'm going through, but I know what I'm capable of doing because I've held someone down for a while they were looking for work, and they ended up leaving me because they felt like they didn't want to have to wait for me to get better with finances and all that shit. So I'm just like, I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm capable of doing for another person. It's just a matter of, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to give more than what I'm getting, and I want to meet somebody on a mutual level. I definitely don't need anybody living with me, but I definitely want to have just someone that can come over, or I can go over there and we can just spend time together and everything. So that is, I'm getting closer to that moment of really wanting to put myself out there. But right now is not the time, considering that I'm going through what I'm going through. I'm sure there's people that would not mind, but at the same time, I'm definitely not going to put myself in a position where someone feels like I'm not bringing enough to the table, or because we're going to have. I understand women, and the type of women that I'm attracted to, I would want them to be, taken out and shown a good time, and I want to be able to give them the courting aspect and actual dating part of a relationship, instead of just Netflix and chilling, because that shit, it's cool, but it ain't that exciting. We can get to that one, we could do that sometime, but I'm really into like adventure, and it's not even like having to spend a lot of money. It's more like, let's go to the park, let's go bike riding, let's go to the Beltline or the food hall or something. There's so much to do down here, which is why I love Georgia, and Atlanta. But at the same time, it's just, there's been a lot of just things that turn me off to the dating scene. Like, much like everybody down here, everybody's turned off to it. There was just something different about up north and down south. Up north, because there's just an understanding of how different life is up there, and like, a lot of people grew up in a struggle. Up north, it's cold. It has 4 seasons. There's smaller living than down here. There's a lot of big houses down here. There's a lot of open space down here. And up north, it was just like, you have your cities, you have your small towns, but it's more like people are to themselves. Down here, it's more like everyone's has the southern hospitality a lot. Well, the people from here. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with like where my life is right now, because it's heavy, it's very uncomfortable, but there's growth happening. There's a lot of contemplation, there's a lot of soul searching, there's acceptance, there's confidence being built, there's encouragement in my life and support. So everybody just stay prayed up, stay safe, stay blessed, seek God, and trust yourself. This has been a humble good time. I am Eden the Hero. Peace.